Well, and, Coach was saying that, the spring game is going to be modified. It's not going to be on television, but it's going to be. He describes what it would look like.
Hmm. I
You know,
read that.
well, yeah, and he says that he would consider last year's spring game probably a modified game. We didn't split teams up. We talk about the O line depth, tight end depth, and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So we'll see how the spring goes. To me, it's just something where we want to have controlled reps, lining up and getting something out of the practices, because I think all 15 practices that we get are really important. I get something out of that. And as we go through the spring, we'll continue to figure out where we're at to see what we want to do. When it comes to the day itself, we want to make it a great celebration for our fan base. We want to put some football out there because we know everyone associated with our program. The fan base can't wait for April 12th, but we've also got to do what's right for us. Alabama football now focuses on spring practice as they prepare to gear up for their annual 8A spring game on April 12th. And that's Travion Ware with the article at
Hmm.
Touchdown. Oh, there we go. And we got our guy, Godfather AC, giving out a thumbs up and giving out the number one finger. Let's go, man. There you
Okay.
go. Call up your friends to tell everybody about the magic that Alabama with the Voice College Football is creating for Alabama with the Voice College Football, because this show does not exist without you guys. You are the show, my friends.
And I agree with it. I agree with it. I do.
There-
We'll see. Time will tell. I mean, this is evolving and all that kind of stuff. Every time we turn around, they're throwing something new at us, and and everybody's trying to adapt. And how does this work? Figure out how to make it work, and and then all the pros and cons of it. And it's just, I mean, it is a whirlwind of transition. Who knows how it's going to play out in the end?
And I think we'll weather this storm. I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll be more than fine. We're going to get through this. I mean, we're going to.
Yeah,
And Kelton DeBoer is the guy to do it.
yeah, yeah. So everybody just settle in and just but, we'll get the analysis, and we'll all have our opinions and everything. But and a lot of it scratching your head on what are these guys thinking? But I think in the end, with players and performance and competition and competitiveness, I think the product is still there. Everybody, the loyalty and everybody wanting in. We're all in the same situation. We want the same outcome, and so that part has never failed and isn't going to fail anytime soon. But you just scratch your head, eh, constantly having to adapt new rules.
Yeah. I wonder what the new rules will be this year, which I mean we're gonna see later on in the coming weeks.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen for
Yeah.
spring game. I think it's still gonna be fun. It's like you can get your pictures with the family and all that sort of stuff. Because I mean, it's like there's so many great memories from spring practice.
Yeah, yeah, always. And I've been to several of them down there, and I've played in several of them and that kind of stuff. Not to the degree of Tuscaloosa, but yeah, it's always a good time, that kind of stuff. And we'll see. But they every time NCAA and all this change adds another little wrinkle in the sheet. Just gets a little more wrinkles they got to iron out.
Yeah,
Time will tell.
just iron it out. There you go.
Iron it out. Time will
Iron.
tell.
There we go. Iron it
But I
out.
will I will say this, and and I know that eventually, if we don't get some just, I mean, if they're constantly going to continue to change the rules and that kind of stuff, people are going to get frustrated and just done with it. They've got to come. Finally, they're to the point they got to come reach a model that everybody agrees with, and it stays It can't every year. We can't just keep adding to the chaos, or that's confusion, and people get tired of it. You know, so right
Yep.
now we're in a state of change, and with the playoff system and that kind of stuff. But we can't every year just keep coming up with different rules and different this and different that before people get you know you got to have some stability. I mean, we had it for what? Well, we had the bowl system that lasted up until early, until 90s, when we went to the playoff, the championship game and that kind of stuff, and then we go to So if you know what I'm talking about, I mean,
Mhm.
now there's got to be a point of stability. It's got to settle out and just stay for a few years.
Well, Byron Walker says, remember the SEC rule: no spring SEC to SEC portal. You have to go outside the SEC conference. But
Which, yeah.
yeah, there. I think again we'll be able to weather this storm. It's like
Yeah.
we're gonna.
Well, the portal thing needs to be after the bowl season. I mean, give them crap. Give them from after the bowl season about 2 or 3 weeks, and then crap, it's done. Why are we
Okay.
doing all this whatever in December? And then that's what I'm saying. I mean, they've got to come down to they got to people have to have a chance to just okay, stability. We've whatever. But if they're going every year just keep adding crap and new rules and little microphones and iPads on the sideline, if they're just going to keep adding to the chaos, I mean, people are going to get frustrated.
Yeah.
It's got to stop. It's got to slow down for a while. It's got to be just
Well,
give us time to give us time to adapt.
yeah, I mean there's always going to be some time. Like we'll be able to figure it out once again. But of course, you can come on in and check out Crimson Tide live on Amazon, Apple, Spotify, iHeart. Please leave a rating and review, because I can tell you right now, it's always a fun ride with Crimson Tide live on Alabama at the Voice College Football, and on the Alabama Call-In Show, where Jeffrey and I take your calls and we go over. And of course, there's the primetime live show that just premiered last Tuesday with Brady Quoto and Manny Wilson, as they bring their magnificent takes on Alabama football as well. Let me tell you, it's always a fun one right here on Alabama The Voice College Football. And you can give it a listen on Apple and Spotify and Amazon and iHeartRadio.